All right, so now we're going to take a look at how to use Google Hacks to find better information from Google. You all know how to use Google, and everyone likes Google to be their default. But you also notice that you find a lot of junk in Google. You find videos, and you find someone's website that they created, and you really don't know how reputable that is. So there are some hacks that will help you get rid of the ads and will also help you find better resources. So one of those hacks is to use what you're looking for. So if I do PDF, I'm looking for PDFs, colon, and then your title. So then if I do climate change again, you'll notice now that I don't have any ads, and I have some links to some scholarly resources above. So I could go here and go into Google Scholar and see if I could find those. But a lot of what you'll find on Google Scholar will be what we call the gray literature, reports, papers that are preprints that haven't gone through peer review yet. Depending on your topic, if you were doing a school topic, you would find school district reports, government. So here's one from NASA, climate.nasa.gov. So this is a good reputable source. EPA, this is a good reputable source. It's just that it's not peer reviewed. USDA, climate change, okay? So if I click on this, it's only showing me PDFs. So you will get PDFs that are reports, government reports from organizations, from funding like NIH, NSF, funding people and research organizations. So this might be a good reputable resource for you, but it's not peer reviewed, just so that you know the difference. And I gave you some information on the module number 2 about how to evaluate web resources. I think it's on module 2. Okay, so you'll see that you don't have all the ads, and everything that you click on, here's climate change and human health from WHO, the World Health Organization. So this is talking about risks and responses. And I'm only finding PDFs because that's what I asked it to find by using the colons. Then I could also, again here, do and health effects. So you'll see I still have a lot. I have 600 million resources. Now I'm down, actually I'm more because I'm looking more specifically. I don't usually use quotation marks when I'm working in Google Scholar, when I'm doing this hack, because it's already looking for PDFs, but let me see if I would use these. Will this narrow down? Oh yeah, 4,000. So now it's only finding climate change and health. So this is Medical Societies for climatehealth.org. So this looks like a medical society document, medical alert, climate change is helping our health. The Medical Society Consortia. So this might give you some good statistics or information about climate change that might be useful to your research. Say instead of PDFs, you wanted to see what was in the newspaper. You could do newspapers. :colon. And now you're going to find, here's Reuters. Here's American, I don't know what Audra is. Skepticalinquirer.org, moving beyond Gore's message. So you're finding newspapers as opposed to PDFs. So like this one, for example, Reuters Institute. So this is from Reuters, that's a news agency, information about climate change, okay? Another thing you can look at are statistics. So say you wanted some numbers. You can do statistics : and this will take you to CDC, probably with some numbers about climate change. Here's Yale Climate Connections, probably about statistics. And then with statistics, if you go to images, you'll see charts and diagrams about climate change. But I must warn you here as well, these are all out on the World Wide Web, and you have to really evaluate them. So you want to look for the authors. This one is from Scientific American. So this would be a good, reputable resource. Here's the chart, and here's the website. So this chart is published on this website, which is a good, reputable source, Scientific American. Okay, so not only can you find the statistics, the chart, the diagram, you can also find a good, reputable article. Okay, here's another one, the WHO. This is a good, reputable resource. PNAS, which is a scientific organization. EPA. So you want to look at who is publishing these charts and diagrams and make sure that they're a good, reputable organization. This one is out of Australia, and it's published in Lancet, which is a good medical journal. So you have to kind of be a detective to find out what are the good resources, because you're using these on Google. You're not in a database where, or a journal where the article has been peer reviewed. So there's a short video in the tutorials about what's the difference between a scholarly resource and a popular resource. So you can watch that video and find out the information. This one is from canada.gov. So you can look at these, and if you see something that's interesting, these are extreme climate change, and it is the Washington Post, but you may not have access to it. Oh, it looks like this one is available freely. So that's good. But sometimes with Washington Post, you also have to pay for those resources. Okay. So in Google Scholar, in regular Google, in Google Scholar, you're going to be finding stuff that's published in journals. When you're searching in Google, you're not sure where this information is published. So you do need to be careful about what you're finding. I use the pdf.colon a lot, because a lot of times you'll find gray literature, a preprint. Someone published a paper that wasn't peer reviewed, and then they went on to publish a peer reviewed article. So it's a really good resource, and you bypass all of that other stuff. So I'm going to get rid of the colon and show you how many do we have here? 79,000 using PDF. If I don't use PDF, we find 5 million. Okay, so you'll see that there's a lot, and you want to narrow down as close as you can to your topic. Okay, so I hope this helps with finding a way to search Google. There's also an article in Module 1 about other Google hacks. Did you know that you can do math equations? You can actually add and subtract and multiply in Google. There's some other Google hacks that you might want to take a look at.